Hello students, today we are going to learn Principles of Inheritance and Variation Part 6. In this part, we are going to learn in detail about genetic disorders. Let's define what is genetic disorder. Genetic disorder is a disease or a syndrome that is caused by an abnormality in an individual DNA. So in a DNA, if any changes happens with the genetic disorder will happen, and these changes or abnormalities in individual DNA can be at the single gene. So they can be alteration or mutation in a single gene, or it can be caused due to the error in the structure and number of chromosomes here. If the genetic disorder occurs because of alteration or mutation of a single gene, we call it as Mendelian disorder. If the genetic disorder occurs due to error in the number and structure of chromosomes, we call it as chromosomal disorder. Now, genetic disorders are Mendelian disorders and the chromosomal disorders. We are going to learn the list of Mendelian disorders and the list of chromosomal disorders. Now, coming to the Mendelian disorder. Just let's have an introduction here. Now, this is the normal gene. Let's say this is the normal gene in the DNA. Normal gene will code for normal protein. Normal protein will be produced and there won't be any problem. Suppose if that gene undergoes mutation, then it produces abnormal protein, or sometimes no protein will be produced here. This causes the genetic disorder. And coming to chromosomal disorders, change in number and structure, error in number and structure. In this case, you can see the Down syndrome. It is a genetic disorder. You can see the 21st chromosomes here, 21st pair here. Instead of a pair here, we can see 3. We call this condition as trisomy of 21. And this happened because changes, errors in the number of chromosomes. And this is the example of chromosomal disorder here. Next, let's learn about the Mendelian disorders. Mendelian disorders are transmitted to the offsprings in the Mendelian pattern of inheritance. So in the pea plant, he explained the pattern of inheritance. In the same pattern, these Mendelian disorders will be transmitted to the offsprings. The examples of Mendelian disorders are thalassemia, albinism, phenylketonuria, sickle cell anemia, Huntington's chorea here. And these disorders may be dominant or recessive. These are all autosomal disorders, children. What are autosomes? The first 22 pairs of chromosomes, we call them as autosomes. If any mutation or alteration in the gene in the first 22 pairs of chromosomes happen, we call them as autosomal disorders. And these disorders can be autosomal dominant or autosomal recessive. Let's learn what is autosomal dominant and what is autosomal recessive. In autosomal recessive disorder, you can see in this case one chromosome is abnormal and other chromosome is normal. That means one chromosome is carrying the abnormal gene and other chromosome is normal. And for autosomal recessive disease to appear in an individual, both the chromosomes should carry the abnormal gene. Then only disease will appear here. Suppose if only one chromosome is carrying abnormal gene, we call that individual as the carrier of the disease. In this case, you can see here he is the carrier but unaffected person, and here also mother is the carrier but she is unaffected. So what happens to the children born to them? So it can be the one unaffected child, one unaffected but carrier child, girl, and if you take here unaffected carrier child and affected child. So here what you have to understand is in autosomal recessive disorder, if the disorder is autosomal recessive, both the chromosomes, in this case both the chromosomes should carry abnormal gene. Then only autosomal recessive disorder appear in an individual. Suppose if an individual is carrying only one chromosome with abnormal gene and other chromosome is normal, then he will act as a carrier and he won't show any disease here. And coming to autosomal dominant, so unlike the autosomal recessive, here both the chromosomes should carry the abnormal gene, then only disease will appear. But in dominant, it's not the case. If at least one chromosome carries the abnormal gene, then the individual will be affected. You can see there is only one abnormal gene, the abnormal gene in one chromosome, but other chromosome is normal. Even then, the disease is happening, disease is appearing here. So he is the diseased person, even though he is having only one abnormal gene carrying present in the chromosome here, and she is the unaffected mother. So here the affected father and unaffected mother, then the children will be affected child. See, just only one abnormal chromosome, and unaffected child, and here also unaffected child, here affected child here. So here in dominant autosomal dominant disorder, one chromosome with abnormal gene is enough for the expression of the disease. Now let's learn the first Mendelian disorder, thalassemia. This thalassemia is autosomal recessive disease. It is an autosomal recessive disease, and it is caused due to gene mutation. As a result, excessive destruction of RBC happens. Abnormal formation of RBC or excessive destruction of RBC happen due to formation of abnormal hemoglobin molecule here. Due to formation of abnormal hemoglobin molecule, excessive destruction of RBC will happen, and we know RBC contains the hemoglobin here, and this hemoglobin molecule will be formed abnormally. As a result, excessive destruction of RBC happens. You can see the normal red blood cells will appear like this, and the person suffering from thalassemia, the RBC will appear like this. So I told you, because of abnormal hemoglobin molecule. So how these abnormal globin molecules occur, we are going to learn in the next slide. If you take hemoglobin molecules have alpha chain and beta chain. So hemoglobin molecules have alpha chain and beta chain. Two alpha chains it has and two beta chain it has. Okay, you can see the alpha chain. This is one alpha chain, this is the another alpha chain, and this is one beta chain, and this is the another beta chain here. And like thalassemia patients, if we take thalassemia patients, they have defects either in alpha chain or in the beta chain, causing the production of abnormal hemoglobin molecule, resulting in anemia. Suppose if there is a defect in the alpha chain of hemoglobin molecule, we call it as, the disease is called as alpha thalassemia. And if there is a defect in beta chain, and we call it as beta thalassemia. So thalassemia is of two types, alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia here. So let's deal with alpha thalassemia here. And I told you already, the hemoglobin has two alpha chains and two beta chains. Now let's deal about the alpha thalassemia. Children, for synthesis of alpha chains, the genes are located on the chromosomal pair 16. Okay, on the 16th chromosomal pair, the genes responsible for synthesis of alpha chain are present, and these genes have four allelic forms. The four allelic forms. So the two genes are HbA1, hemoglobin A1, and then HbA2. And these two genes are responsible for the synthesis of alpha chain. And where are these genes present? They are present on the chromosomal pair 16. And these genes occur in four allelic forms. They occur in the four allelic forms here. If there is any mutation or deletion in one or more of the four alleles of the gene, then what happens? Then alpha thalassemia occurs. If there is a mutation or deletion of one or more of the four alpha genes. So I told you here, so these are the two genes. these genes occur in 4 allelic forms. If there is a deletion or mutation of one or more alleles of this alpha gene happens, then it causes the abnormal production or abnormal alpha chain. As a result, the alpha thalassemia occurs in an individual. And always remember, children, the genes for alpha chain, synthesis of alpha chain, are located on chromosome number 16. A very, very important question. Remember this, children. Now let's deal with beta thalassemia. And the synthesis of beta chain. So if there is any abnormality in the synthesis of beta chain, so this is beta chain, then what happens? The thalassemia occurs here. And the gene which is responsible for the synthesis of beta chain is located on the chromosomal pair 11, and alpha chain, it is located on the chromosomal pair 16, and beta chain, the genes which are responsible for synthesis of beta chain, are located on the chromosome 11 here. So if there is any abnormalities happens in this gene, it's controlled by a single gene, we call it as HBB, the for synthesis of hemoglobin B. So it is under the control of a single gene, we call it as HBB, and it occurs in 2 allelic forms here. And listen here, if there is any mutation in this HBB gene, then it results in the beta thalassemia, and it is most common thalassemia, and it is also called as Cooley's anemia. We call it as Cooley's anemia. As a result, what happens in this disorder, in beta thalassemia, sometimes this beta chains will not be synthesized properly, or sometimes they won't be synthesized at all. As a result, the alpha chains will be produced in increased amount. As a result, it destructs the membrane of the RBs here. The beta thalassemia is also called as Cooley's anemia. Now let's learn about the second Mendelian disorder, phenylketonuria here. Phenylketonuria is an inborn error of phenylalanine metabolism due to a pair of autosomal recessive genes. So, a pair of autosomal recessive genes are responsible for this disease here, phenylketonuria here. So, what is this phenylalanine? This phenylalanine is an amino acid. And normally, in normal persons, so I'm not talking about phenylketonuria, I'm talking about the normal persons. This phenylalanine is an amino acid. It should be converted into tyrosine, another amino acid, tyrosine here. And for this conversion, we need an enzyme called phenylalanine hydroxylase. This phenylalanine hydroxylase is produced by the gene which is located on the chromosomal pair 12, and that gene is called as PAH gene, phenylalanine hydroxylase gene. This phenylalanine hydroxylase gene present on the chromosome number 12 is responsible for the production of phenylalanine hydroxylase. Suppose if there is a mutation in the PAH gene on the chromosome number 12, then what happens? The phenylalanine hydroxylase cannot be produced. Listen, children, one more time. If there is a mutation in the PAH gene which is located on the chromosome number 12, then the phenylalanine hydroxylase cannot be produced. As a result, phenylalanine cannot be converted into the tyrosine here. It cannot be converted into tyrosine. As a result, this phenylalanine will get accumulated. This get accumulated in our body and gets converted into phenylpyruvic acid and other derivatives. Phenylpyruvic acid and other derivatives, and this causes severe mental retardation. It causes severe mental retardation, pigmentation of the skin and hair because of accumulation of this phenylalanine and the phenyl pyruvate and its derivatives. It causes mental retardation and pigmentation of the skin and pigmentation of the hair, and phenylpyruvic acid will be excreted in the urine here. And this is a autosomal recessive disorder because of the gene mutation of the gene located on the chromosome number 12 here. Again, remember the numbers, children. The chromosome number, it is very important. And next, let's move on to albinism. So let's learn about the albinism. Albinism is again autosomal recessive disorder. It is an inborn error here, inborn error of metabolism due to caused due to autosomal recessive genes. If you take the skin color, the melanin is a pigment which is responsible for the skin color here, and it is produced within the melanocytes. And this melanin, the pigment, is produced or it is formed from the 3,4-hydroxyphenylalanine, 3,4-dihydroxyphenylalanine. We call it as DOPA, D-O-P-A here. 3,4-dihydroxyphenylalanine. And for the formation of melanin from DOPA, the enzyme is required called as tyrosinase. Tyrosinase enzyme is required here. And if this enzyme is absent, then melanin cannot be produced. So a person having recessive alleles does not have the tyrosinase enzyme system. Tyrosinase enzyme cannot be produced if the person is having recessive alleles here. As a result, melanin cannot be produced. Melanin production will not be there. And the person will suffer from albinism. So in albinos, that means the people suffering from albinism, they have the normal number of melanocytes. Melanocytes will be in normal number, but the pigment is absent. The melanin pigment will be absent here. So this is a autosomal recessive disorder because of the lack of tyrosinase enzyme. Because it's an autosomal recessive disorder and the people with recessive alleles cannot produce the tyrosinase enzyme. As a result, they suffer from albinism. Now let's learn the next Mendelian disorder, Huntington's chorea. Huntington's chorea, it is a disease which is caused due to autosomal dominant lethal gene here. So the rest of the three, what we have learned in thalassemia, albinism and phenylketonuria, it is caused due to autosomal recessive gene. It is caused due to autosomal dominant lethal gene. So the very harmful lethal gene here. And I told you what is a dominant disorder here. Just one chromosome with abnormal gene is enough for the appearance of the disease. And what are the characteristics of this disease? Involuntary jerking of the body. Involuntary jerking of the body, which is not under the control of that person, and degeneration of the nervous system. So nervous system will be degenerated, which is accompanied by the gradual mental and physical deterioration. The mental and physical deterioration will happen, and patients with this disease usually die between the age of 35 to 40. Between the age of 35 to 40, the people with this disease will die here. And this is all about the Mendelian disorder. In the next video, let's learn about the chromosomal disorders. Thank you, children.